This is the 21st of March 2020, and we are going to talk today about a project that we've been working for the past few days, which is about the COVID-19, which is the disease caused by the virus SARS-CoV-2. Um, the project COVID-19 Down Under, we have been working on a tool that could deliver information specific for Australians in regards to this community spread of the virus along the states, and informations that would be articles that could be relevant for be aware of what's going on, and have like a bit of clarity out of the noise out there, and the videos that can explain how to cope with the problem, and what the government is doing, and what people and researchers and nurses are saying, their findings, how to, for instance, how to use one respirator to help 2 or 4 patients, or how fever is important to not be taken down using paracetamol or equivalent drugs and medicines, because the virus doesn't thrive in bodies with high temperature, or how vitamin C has been proven in Wuhan by this doctor to help um, the disease to cope with the virus, or more specific technical medical information from doctors around the world, from doctors around the world, like from UK, from Italy, or from America, where explain what the disease is and how it affects you, and this gives you informations that can be helpful to help your family and help your loved ones, or if you are a medical or a technical specific person that works in hospitals, maybe you are too busy helping patients, so you can come here and find materials can help you to have like that idea how to maybe improve your day, help more patients. Um, there will be very soon a new version of this app with a contact us button, just in case there are questions or there are resources that you want to be published on this tool. But we also have a subscribe feature where you can basically put your email, name and last name, and we will send you information over your email on a weekly base, or maybe daily base, considering that the information is moving fast. And you can, if you can support us with small donations through helping us to pay for the resources we need to run this software, this app over the internet. Um, Fortunately, we do not have many cases still reported today, and that are still over 7. If you want to have a understanding on what's going on in the Australian state by state, you can visit the single sections and see how the spread is going, and how it's like evolving over time. You can have a visual understanding, and you can see that after the 3rd of March, there has been like a slight increase of confirmed cases, and then there's been this spike of confirmed cases. And remember, these confirmed cases, according to policy, they are just cases that have been manifesting symptoms, and it's not enough. In order to be tested, you had to be in contact with known cases. We also know that known cases are people that have already been developing symptoms and have been tested, also because they've been in contact with known cases. So it's most likely, if you have it and you you don't know that you have been exposed to someone that has been contaminated, you may not be eligible to be tested. So this figure here, this um, 382, can be just the tip of the iceberg. We may have a severe community spread already happening in New South Wales, um, due to fact like the recent um, Ruby Princess cruise that has been allowed um, to dock in Sydney, and 3,000 plus people, 3,000 people have been allowed to go free away from the cruise without being quarantined, even if there were a few cases tested positive on the ship. These situations, this mismanagement, it's going to unfortunately um, create issues with the spread, the community spread. It's going to increase the community spread. And considering that the disease is not deadly by itself, or there is no concern about dying by coronavirus if you do not have pre-existing conditions, there is a very huge concern about the fact that most of the people that need ICU in order to survive, so to keep this number down, they will not, maybe if this spread too much too quickly, there may not be enough ICU available in the States to cope with that. And Italy is like a good example of this mismanagement, and which we Australian government is not learning from and is not considering. And it's just a shame because, as you can see from these videos,
terrible shape.
The situation
this is an absolute constant. This killer pandemic is virtually out of control. The patients are literally gasping for air.
This situation can happen in Australia so as quick as a week if we do not stop going around, if we do not lock out ourselves. We cannot wait the government to tell us what to do, because what they do is making decisions upon numbers and figures that are not the real figures, and I do not understand. Um, it is a global hysteria on the upside down, where people do not panic but also do not consider the fact that we may start thinking ahead instead of just looking at the numbers, at the figures that are there. These, these numbers may be 20 times higher than the one we have, because of the fact that the virus, it spreads between people asymptomatically, so there is no symptoms, and it spreads between people and takes 2 weeks while they're infected to develop symptoms. So the call we make, considering that we are looking at the data, we are looking at the information constantly, is to stop panicking, stop going to the shops every day, because if you are infected, just by talking, the droplets of your saliva is going to go on the food, is going to go on the trolleys, is going to go on the floor, and people that are not infected are going to grab these droplets on their hands, on their feet, on the shoes, on the clothes, and bringing that virus in the home where the loved ones are, where the more sensitive people are, and they can maybe they get more exposed, like your grandmothers, people that have current conditions with lungs, diabetic people. So please be aware of those issues. Be aware that you need to look after yourself and your family, and that you should stop thinking that it's a common flu, even if it has symptoms as common flu, and maybe a dead rate of a common flu. The way it spreads is much faster, and you can find this information. Don't believe what I'm saying. You can find those information from medicals, from experts that talk about this issue, and you can see how um, the problem is that the R naught, which is the parameter um, that tells how many people one person can infect, is much higher than common influenza. You can infect 3 people per day, and as soon as a week later or a day later, they can also infect 3 people per day, and the exponentiality of the contagious rate, it's scary. It's literally scary. So you really need to be aware of these problems, and be safe, and not go around. Do not spread the virus. If you have it, you do not know it till you get tested. You cannot get tested if you are not sick and you have not been in contact with known cases. This is how dumb the system is now, and this is how this is potentially going to become, as Italy here down under.